Hi guys, welcome back. Something that I didn't mention in the previous videos and all of that is that after every video, I actually write up a very detailed description of the notes that I've went through. I highly recommend that you read those notes more than listening to me and mumbling about all of these issues. I think the details that I write as descriptions in these videos are actually what I am going to use myself while studying for the exam. Cool. Uh, on the previous video, I promised that I'll go through this exercise to try see what's going on here so that we can get an hands-on learning experience. Cool. So what I'll do is I'm gonna open that link. So as I open that link, this is where it takes me essentially implement blob storage lifecycle policy. Cool. Once you get here, I'll try add this to what do you call to learning path, or otherwise just copy it or look at the browser path that I went through. So I mean, is it to floor? This is the path. This is the module. This is the whatever section that I'm on. Something. So 4 of 7. I'm just gonna go through this particular list on the other screen. But while doing that, I'll just go through the what do you call go through this particular thing while I have my portal open for you guys on screen. Cool, that's that. So what I'm gonna try do is if I go to this is what they're saying there, go to all resources. If I go to all resources, I see exactly what's allocated to me. Currently I have a storage account that's very active there, but I don't want to use this one. I want to actually create another one. So what will happen is I have a command here already ready for us. This is Azure storage account create command, right? So I'm gonna create my storage in West Europe, and the name I'm gonna put that not a problem. That's my resource group policy. I'm just deploying that for now. So cool. While that is deploying on the other side, that's probably what we're gonna use to do whatever that we need to do. Uh, so this is the list view. All resources select. So they say I should select the storage account. Then I need to go under data management. Under data management, what I'll find is lifecycle management. Then that's correct. Then after that, there's a section here that says add a rule. I click on add a rule. They say fill rule and then fill out the action set form filled. So action set form filled, where's that? I'm not seeing the action set form filled there. Mention append blob types, okay. Limit blobs with filter, okay. Racing, yeah. And then fill out example blobs. Move to cool storage in there. I don't see what they mean there. Okay, cool. Maybe I can jump to rule name, let's say demo one. Okay, that allows me to go to the next part. Okay, cool. Then here is they giving me a rule that says like base blobs were last modified, and I need to provide the number of days last modified, let's say 30 days ago, because that's what we were doing. We are saying if that's the case, then what do we want to do? We want to move this thing for a move to cool storage, and after that we can add a condition. Then we say if blob based is more than what we had on that previous one is 90 days, move to archive if you have workloads that require real-time read access to the blobs. Okay, cool. That's just a warning to say if you move to archive, this is what will happen. Then we can add another one that says if it's more than 2,555, I think that's what they said on the documentation. If that's the case, delete the blob, right? Cool. That's that. Uh, I didn't want to add this rule on the storage account, but let me just go back to all resources. Let me see on my console what's going on. Actually, my storage account was created there, but I just don't know why it's not. Don't know why it's not showing. More resources. there it is. This is the storage account I wanted to use. So what we did there, I'm just repeating myself here. Lifecycle management. The lifecycle management, we say add rule. Then we say rule to that. Otherwise, we can do that. So that will allow us to set up a filter. Actually, let's do that so that we can do uh, the filter. Then here it's those type of things where do you want to do it for that snapshots as well or not. So that's the snapshot rule. Let's just implement whatever that we there. Then let's say demo rule. Next, I do next. We said here if the blob was not last modified was 30 days ago, then move that thing to cool storage. If not, the other condition was if it was greater than 90 days, 90 days, then move blob to archive, right? Then the other condition was if you're here and it's 2000 something days, which is, I don't know, 7 years or so, delete the blob. Then cool, we go next and snapshot. So the snapshot policy, remember what it said, if it was created in the last 30 days, then delete blob snapshot or move to cool. Actually, you can do whatever that we were doing with the base blob itself. You can do with a snapshot. Here I'm just gonna say delete, then filter prefix. We can put in the container itself. I didn't create a container, but we could have, let's say, container one forward slash container two forward slash. Then let's say, for example, we have another container that says uh, do not apply policy. So if we had, let's say, for example, something like that as a container, type of container, we wouldn't add it on the policy. So our policy would be that, excluding that particular part. And after that, what would happen is we would then add the policy. Cool. That's doing it through the portal itself. And lifecycle management, we have this particular rule. I had hoped that there was a way we could copy to clipboard. I had hoped that there was a way that we could okay, you see there's a disable button there. So if you wanted to disable the rule, okay, enable. I wanted to see if I could get a JSON version of this. Okay, I think I saw something. So on the portal, there's a code view actually. Let's hope that, yes, this is what I was looking for. So that's the rule itself. If you look at it, it has actions and filters. On filters, it has blob as my type. On premix, it's those containers that are specified. Then snapshot part says delete if creation date is more than that, That's the same rule. So now where we are with this particular part is I'm going to create a policy using a JSON, file essentially. So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to be very creative. I'm just going to copy this thing, create a JSON file on my local and upload it accordingly. Let me see where I am. Okay, cool. Just going to the location in the background. Just going to change this rule name. I'm going to say demo console. That should suffice. Okay. So I think I'm in this folder. Command line. Let's just see. Yes, cool. So in here, I'm just gonna create a new text file. Let me just call it what? Create rule dot JSON. Cool. That is created. That I can open with Visual Studio Code. I think I like that more. So basically, that's the rule. I've created it wherever it needs to be. So I'm just create demo rule console, or what can I say, CLI. That's what we're actually using. Cool, that's the rule. Fine, I think you're happy with that. Nothing else changed, so I just put that thing there. Maybe I could change the type let's say list view demo. Could add maybe something else. Append blob. I don't know what append blob thing it looks like, but I'm assuming on the list it would be dot append blob. That's one word because that's what they did. So I'm gonna just change that and call it append blob. Cool. Let's hope that works. If it doesn't, we are gonna learn something. So I just added that on my blob types. Cool. Where are we now? Let's check where we are. So now what will happen is I'm just going to run this particular command. So I'll be typing it out. Hopefully you guys can think if something breaks or something. AZ storage account management dash policy create, right? Dash account name. So that's the storage account name that I need to use there. I don't know how to copy that name. Okay, cool. So I'm copying that. Just gonna paste that there because I'm a lazy developer. And dash policy. This is where my JSON file is. So from what I saw on the documentation, I just need to specify it with an @ sign, and my file name is called create rule dot JSON, right? Then I need to specify the resource group. Really, this is way too much for my liking. But anyway, resource group. Then I need to have the resource group name, which is this particular guy. Who is that guy? Contact policy. This is my resource group. So that's that. Then I'm just gonna paste that there, right? Cool. Let's go for it. And name required. Didn't I specify that? The following arguments are required. Didn't I specify that? Oh, the typo, sorry. So the typo is here, ACC. If I knew how to spell, that is running in the background. I'm just going to copy the command. Oh, shit. Valid rule name. Demo rule CLI. Append Blob does not support tier 2 archive, tier 2 cool. Okay, cool. So that means that we need to come to our rules. Just take that out for now. Let me say demo rules. Put it with a couple of E's. I don't know what I'm validating in terms of the name. Just need to read the policies again there. Yep, looks like that thing was deployed pretty quick. So if I go to my storage account and I go to lifecycle management again, and I look at that, I have one now. My other row, did I delete it or something? Or can I not have multiple? I suppose I can have. That's what we configure snapshot, and that we have those conditions, we have the snapshot, we have that. I'm interested as to why did it delete my rules? Or I know what happened. So if you look at what we have here, guys, with that command that we ran, it overrode the rule that was already there. So if I wanted the rule to be there still, because this is a list, what I technically need to do is just add that into that. Then let me say demo rule. Let me put it as demo because it's an array of objects. So I'm technically applying the same. Okay, let me just have this. If I know how to calculate off the top of my head, um, this will be 80, 45. This will be 18, 15. I'm not gonna do this one, guys. I think if we do that, we'll be getting ourselves into some sort of trouble. But anyways, I'll just put it as that. So that's the halved one. And what I'll do is bring up this baby, rerun the same command. because what we saw is that the rule was overridden once we ran that particular command. So it means it wipes out all the rules if they are not specified in the JSON. Lifecycle management, this is static web. Lifecycle management, there you go. We have two rows. The demo one was the one where we halved everything. So I'm assuming when we get there, 15 days, 45, da da da. That's exactly what we're looking for. That's exactly what I like. Cool, cool. Thank you very much, guys. Let's catch each other on the next video.